A talking stage is only long as hell if it's one or two things. If they're trying to use you for something and don't actually like you, or if they're just extremely damaged with trauma and they aren't ready to date, but they enjoy your presence and company and want it without a label. And the thing with the second option is that it turns into a situationship and nobody wins. It does not last long because somebody's eventually going to catch feelings and the other person's not going to, and it's not going to become a relationship. It's just going to end.
Hey, welcome to Let's Glow with Nini. I'm Nini, and let's get straight into this video.
My biggest red flags when it comes to any guy that I'm getting to know during my talking stage season. Yeah. Number one, any guy that says I love you too quickly. No. How can you claim that you love me but you don't even know me? We've only spoken 2-3 days and you're already saying I love you, you're the love of my life, you're the potato to my corn, you're my corn to my stir fry. You can't stop. Like, you don't love me. Another red flag is any guy that shows off their money. So there was a time when I was talking to a footballer, right? Things were going well for him, blah, blah, blah. And like, he was just like basically flexing his money. So like, every time we would talk, he would just bring up anything to do with his money. And he was just like so arrogant with it and like so prideful. And that just turned me off. I feel like with some guys, money is their personality. They have no personality for themselves. So money is the only thing that can speak for them. If you know me, like, money doesn't move me. You can have all the money in the world. It doesn't mean I'm gonna stay. Another red flag for me has to be any guy that is just too controlling. So a guy that wants to know your whereabouts, wants to know who you're with 24/7. And it's almost as if like your life is revolved around them and they want to make sure of it. Like, you can't do anything outside of them. Any guy like that, you're gone. You're in the bin, you're in the beanie. Another red flag for me has to be anyone that speaks negatively or just anyone that talks down on you. So there's a lot of negative things going on in the world. The last thing I want is someone in my life that always has something negative to say. This could be gossiping about a person. This could be speaking down on me, speaking down on another individual. No. Another red flag for me has to be any go with the flow guy. When it comes to me, right, I know exactly what I want for my life. So I can't be with a person that has no idea what they want to do with their life. They need to have some sort of vision, some sort of clarity. I want someone who's clear. Another red flag is a guy that messages me only at night. That's when you awaken. That's when you want to log in to the chats. You only want to message me at what? At night. At night, that's when I'm most vulnerable. I can say anything. I don't trust myself to speak to people at night. So what makes you think that we should get to know each other at night? I don't mind having late conversations or late FaceTimes. It also has to be, in the daytime, in the afternoon. It's not every day you want to message me in the night. Like, am I a vampire? Now, the last red flag for me has to be anyone that is a fluent liar. Why are you lying? I'm not talking about, there's little white lies. You want to surprise your friend, you're doing this whole white lie thing. But if it's like you lie about any small thing, like things that you don't even need to lie about, goodbye. I'm thinking to curl the ends. Should I curl the ends? Okay, curl the ends. Oh!
You will always fail in the talking stage if you do these three things. Now, so many men will be in the talking stage with a woman, but things just don't work out. It ends with them moving on to another guy, ghosting them, or just moving on in general. And honestly, yeah, maybe the girl wasn't for you, but in a lot of cases, she could have been good for you, but you were just doing things wrong. So here are the three mistakes that you cannot make. Number one, you are forcing the relationship more than she is. Now, I don't care what anybody says on this app. The perfect dynamic for a talking stage is a dynamic in which the girl is pushing you for the relationship and not the other way around. Let her dictate the vibe. You don't want to be the guy that's doing too much and she is not reciprocating. Number two, you are getting way too attached way too soon. Brother, take your time. Take your time. You need to learn about this woman before you really take her serious, okay? This talking stage is a time for you to get a preview of what it will be like to be her boyfriend. So before you get to a point where you are really attached, you need to be sure that this is a woman that you want to take serious. Number three, you're acting like her boyfriend too soon. What I mean by that is you're telling her like things that she can't do, and you're telling her that you have issues with certain things. Here's a tip for you, brother. A woman that is in a talking stage with you, if she is really serious about you, she will stop doing certain things. She will stop talking to other guys, stop hanging out with guys. She will stop messing around. You don't need to tell her to do that. Sit back and watch how she acts.
When it comes to this, you have to have high self esteem enough to know if he's being inconsistent and we just started talking, we just started dating, that's enough for me to cut him off. We be looking for validation elsewhere. Like, is this a normal part of the beginning of a situation? Like, it's supposed to. No, it's not. It's not. You're not delusional. You're not wrong. What you need to do is learn how to demote men. Even if you don't cut this man off, demote him to your friend. And he not coming out that spot. He not. Unless that man show up randomly one day and start being consistent and doing what he need to do, he's your friend. That's how you stop going crazy. I'm telling you right now. That's how you stop going crazy. Oh my God, he's being inconsistent. I feel like he don't want me. Oh my God, he keeps giving me excuses. He ain't text me all day. He told me he went to work, then he went to the store, then he went to do this. He ain't text me all day. Relax. That's your homeboy. That's your homeboy. Till he shows you he wants to be something more, that's literally just your homeboy. Men will text you, call you, and let you know, hey, I'm interested in you. But their actions, if their actions are not showing that they are someone who is interested in you, believe the actions. Believe the actions. It's hard. It's hard to believe. I understand. But I need you to start weighing a man's actions over his words. Because the same men will sit there and tell you, I'm not ready for a relationship, and go be with a woman that is not you. Please, believe actions. Because sometimes men get their intentions scrambled up, and more often than not, men don't have the guts to just keep it real with you and tell you, I'm really not looking for anything right now. I just kind of want to smash on you. I really kind of just want a companion. But I really don't want nothing to do with you if you're not going to benefit me in those ways. You have to learn how to read the room and get up when a man clearly is not interested in you, despite what he said initially. Like, let's be for real.
If you want to actually get the girl you like, then you need to avoid these common mistakes. If you do any of these, you're literally shooting yourself in the foot. Number 1, being clingy. Bro, you don't need to text her every day. You don't need to hang out with her every day. Give her some space. Not only will she think it's super unattractive when you just text her all the time, but bro, take some time to work on yourself, hang out with your friends, and do other things. Number 2, never ask if she's talking to anyone else. Who else she talks to is her business, and who else you talk to is your business. Unless you guys have both agreed to be exclusive, don't worry about it. Because you asking who else she's talking to or seeing makes you seem super insecure. Number 3, hanging out with her more than once a week. At the start, you need to take things slow. Because most guys just try to rush things way too fast. So when you first start talking, only go on dates, only see her once per week. Then, once she starts reaching out to you to make plans, then you can make it like twice a week. But you need the time you spend together to be valuable. So don't be trying to see her just all the time. And last but certainly not least, as a guy, do not be the one to bring up becoming exclusive. Because most of the time, a girl's feelings develop slower than a guy's do. So if you ask her to be your girlfriend, she might not be ready yet. But eventually, if you're doing everything right, she will ask you, where is this going? And once she starts saying things like this or mentions becoming exclusive, then you can ask her to be your girlfriend. Because this shows that she is ready. And the reason you want to wait for this is because if you don't and you ask her out of the blue to be your girlfriend, you might surprise her and then she might not be ready and start to lose interest. So do not break these and you will have so much more success.
You're dating or starting a relationship, but what are some things that guys do in the early stages to show that they're interested? There's definitely things they do, but I also want to talk about things they don't do that also show that they're interested. So send this to yourself because you want to see this. So one thing I know that happens for guys that I think we as women can get confused on, especially if you're a little anxious, is that sometimes that space that you're feeling or that distance, it's actually them deeply processing how much they like you. Because people have different ways of processing their emotions and showing them. So it's easy to think, well, they're not doing anything, so nothing's happening, when in fact it's the opposite. So it can look like they're not doing anything. So here's what I do think guys do to show that they're interested. First is they're considerate. They'll be considerate of your time, your energy, and feelings. Also, if they're reciprocating, that's a good sign that they're interested. And this is the most important thing, they follow through with their word. They say they want to take you on a date, a couple days later, they take you out on the date. Those are just a few. Tell me if you want more.
3 of the biggest reasons why guys lose feelings for girls in the talking stage. The first one is literally because, y'all, you're trying to do the push-pull method in the talking stage that will not work because we don't even know you to get attached. We're not attached. We don't even know who you are. In the push and pull method, you know what I'm saying? That's basically where you love bomb. You get what I'm saying? All that is cooked. The second thing, I'm not gonna lie, it's because you're giving off stalker vibes. What do I mean by stalker vibes? One, dude, I don't know if you know now, but we can see y'all's burner accounts on IG. Like, you're stressing out. I'll tell y'all how to do it too. Literally press the share, then just go to Instagram direct. You can see the burner accounts who's been stalking you because it connects it to their account and phone number. But the thing is, ladies, this is why I tell y'all to please don't stalk dudes, because even if you're viewing their stories like first, or we know this too, if you're not viewing them at all, bro, it just shows you muted our story. Like, we're not that dumb as you think. You think you're playing a 360 on us? We doing a 180. We doing a 150, 120, 110. Now, the third thing is, this is what dude said. I'm gonna give my opinion on this later, but you cannot provide for yourself. Now, me, I feel like personally, like, my woman, she will not have to work. I will just teach her how to run the businesses I do to afford a penthouse and multiple cars. Just like I teach the people in my group that are winning. BMW. And ladies, if you guys want to join the group where I teach you step by step too, literally go to my IG and DM me the word ecom. I have a free group. I'll teach you literally step by step. But like I said, there's certain dudes who say that. Personally, I wouldn't say that. I'll just teach you how to get your bag up. That's what I'm telling you. Go to my IG and DM me the word ecom. Or if you just want a hoodie that protects your hair, literally go to the link in my bio.
Very few things worse than men, but a performative man takes it. Let me explain what I'm talking about. So I was talking to this dude a few months back. We were just getting to know each other. We had never met. It was an Instagram slide, okay? So we're chatting. It's a few weeks in, and he's a lot of talk, and there isn't a lot of follow-up, follow-through. It's not giving that. And my tolerance for men is like, on a good day, okay? So I'm like, all right, I don't really know where this is going. We live in 2 different places, and there's really nothing really happening. Like, it's giving pen pal. Like, okay. So we're on FaceTime, and he asked me what my favorite flower is. And I'm like, sunflowers are my favorite flower, and then, like, yellow roses and white roses are, like, my second favorite flower. And that's it. That's all. Simple girl. So then he's like, okay, good to know. I'm gonna add that to my note. And I'm like, what note? And he was like, when I'm talking to somebody, you know, that I'm interested in, I will go under their contacts, and in the notes area, I'll put things about them that, like, I would want to know in the future. And so I'm like, oh wait, that's cute. What else do you have in there? Let me see. We're on FaceTime. I can see. Why did this man pull up the note and there's literally nothing in it? There's nothing in it. Baby, I think we may have talked for 2 more days, but it was just like, you are all talk. You know the right things to say. You make them sound cute, and you think that's all you got to do. No. Like, you have no intention or plan to follow through with anything you say. You're just trying to. No. So, anyways, ghosted.
All right, ladies, I'm finna put you on major game. Let's get it. I'm finna put y'all on the quiet guy. The quiet dude, he gonna be so low-key, so laid back. You not even gonna know, like, what's his move. Like, is he finna go left or right? Is he finna just dive right in? 9 times out of 10, he already know your name. He already know where you stay. He already know what you like, but he ain't gonna show all that, though. He gonna be quiet. The wild part is, he not even gonna show that much interest. He gonna, like, give you a little dab, but he ain't gonna make it, like, real noticeable until, like, y'all really start hanging out. And you know what I'm saying, the more time you spend around with somebody, the more you get to like them. And then before you know it, he in your drawers and you ain't know his name. I swear to God, you call him Chris, but his name really Jeff. Ladies, if you really want to know if a guy really into you or if he just trying to do something, watch out for these things. I'm giving out the tea right here. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is pick up the cup. Let's go. First and foremost, if a dude really trying to be with you, he gonna be cautious on what he doing. So therefore, he not gonna break your boundaries because he gonna respect your boundaries, if you know what I'm saying. He not finna just be touching on you or saying these type of things because he want to be cautious. He don't want to mess it up, you know what I'm saying? But if he trying to shoot game and he trying to see like what he can get away with, what he can, oh yeah, you go, it's gonna be noticeable, you know what I'm saying? Bro gon' like, hey, I'm finna fight you. He might be punching on you sometime, you know what I'm saying? He might grab your hands and like play with your veins or like grab your waist, like little things, because it's a test, you feel me? It's a whole test. You either gonna be like, ah, nah, bro, I ain't with that, or you gonna let it slide, and that's the green light for him. I'm trying to tell you. So if he wants you for real, he not gonna break them boundaries. But if he just trying to get in, he gonna, he gonna do what he gotta do. We back with another vid, ladies. If you really want to know if a guy really likes you or if he's just trying to do something with you, go ahead and watch this vid. Don't forget to follow. Let's go. Coming in at number 1. If he checks up on you to see have you ate today, you know what I'm saying, like faithfully, like, hey babe, you get something to eat, I got some ribs, you know what I'm saying, hey, I got some baked chicken, I'm finna go get you some McDonald's. That's love. That's love. Old dude who just trying to smash, he not finna ask you that. He gonna hit you with that, what you doing? Dry as hell, boy, dry feet, no cap. Coming in at number 2. This easy. First date. Y'all go on the first date, you know what I'm saying? The dude that like you for real, he not gonna be too like, aggy, like you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you gonna come back to my place? Oh, he not gonna do that because he don't want to mess up his spot. Oh, dude that's trying to slime you down, he gonna be like, hey, so what you doing after this? You trying to go to the crib or not? That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You gotta read the vibes. The last one, this one real sneaky, you feel me? Because this is make or break, you know what I'm saying? Hugs. If he come up to you and get a little side hug, you know what I'm saying, that mean he's still trying to, trying to figure you out. But if old dude try to hit you with the front hug and grab them hips, meat to whatever y'all want to call it, meat to cat, oh yeah, hey, I ain't gotta explain nothing else. No cap.
If you're talking to a guy, this is how you're going to make him obsessed with you. I got my degree in psychology, and I'm telling you this works. I've done it many, many times. Everyone does the same thing, okay? You're going to text a guy. It's going to be like, good morning, and then you talk throughout the day. You get to know each other, and then it's good night. And everybody does that. So guys are so used to that to the point where it's like you're not differentiated between that girl and that girl and that girl. Like, what's so special about you? I want you to look at this guy like he's your guy best friend, because most of the time, and I know you've heard this before, that a lot of guy best friends end up falling for their girl best friend because it's just such like a real authentic friendship that turns into like, oh yeah, like he ended up falling for me type of situation. And why is that so typical? Because you are yourself and you don't care what he thinks, and you can tease him, and you can have him be himself without having to feel so like an act, like it's a show. So in order to treat this guy like he's your guy best friend without actually doing that, like it's like your guy best friend that you flirt with, you need to send more audios, and you need to also call throughout the week, but not like 2 hours at a time. Like I'm talking like, oh, this just reminded me of you, like so he can hear your voice. It's more connected, and he'll be so caught off guard because like what girl does that? It's like breaking his routine, but kind of also not being the girl that everybody else talks to. All in all, the whole goal here is you are standing out by doing all these things that nobody else does. So you are going to be the person he looks forward to talking to because you're stimulating him. You're doing something that he's just not used to. So when he sees you send an audio or like a FaceTime, like he sees like you're calling him, he's gonna be like, what the hell? Like, how is she so bold? Like usually I'm the one to do that. And when that goes away, when you stop calling him, when you stop texting him and sending him audios, he's gonna miss that feeling of like, damn, like I was hearing her voice and like she was so confident and we had this connection and la 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 la. It's like non-comparable. It's like, oh, I text all these other girls, it's kind of boring. And before you hit me with, I am not that bold, I am not that confident, you are the confidence that you radiate. Bye.
Look, there is one red flag that can seem flattering in the beginning of a relationship or the talking stage, but I promise you, it'll turn into a disaster if it goes over your head. And as always, I know how men think. I gotta let y'all know, I'm your big brother Russ. So in the early stages of a relationship, you should always look out for red flags. And this one can seem like a green flag, but it's not. And this red flag is doing too much in the beginning. So what do I mean by this? In the beginning of a relationship, it's new and exciting. If this person that's coming into your life is doing so much and making you feel so good, talking to you 24/7, spending all of their time with you, and promising you the world and already talking about future plans with you, y'all just met. Somebody that's serious and has their stuff together and is looking to build something that's gonna last is gonna take things slow and get to know you genuinely. Somebody that's doing too much off rip, 9 times out of 10, they probably just got out of a relationship and they're trying to fill that void, and you're just temporarily filling that spot. Some will call this love bombing. You got to keep your eyes out for this. It could seem like a green flag, but I promise you, it's the reddest as red can get when it comes to flags.
Ladies, dating an insecure man could be the most dangerous thing you do in your entire life. You ever been talking to a man in the talking stage and you feel good about yourself, you're having a good time, it's a girl's night out, and you feel really pretty, and you decide to, take a picture or video and send it to this man that you're talking to. And instead of this man telling you, oh, babe, enjoy yourself, have a good time, you want me to send you Uber when you on your way home, I want to make sure you're safe, just making you feel good about yourself. The first thing that this insecure man will do is ask you, has anybody offered you any drinks? Oh, I guarantee mad guys are trying to talk to you. That's his insecurities spewing out of him that he cannot control. And you don't want to deal with a man like this, because when certain insecure men feel like they're losing control, they turn to violence to try to control you. And you never want to be with a man that has ever put his hands on you or tries to, because it's not going to be a one-time thing. Once a man puts his hands on you one time and you allow it, he's going to continuously do it. So once you see a man being controlling, trying to tell you who to hang out with, what not to wear, cut him off, because at the end of the day, we're in 2024. You should not have to give no grown-ass man reassurance.
If you want to know if a guy is talking to you because he actually wants to talk to you, or if he's just responding to your text, this is for you. Some guys just want to talk to you because you're giving them that validation, attention, and you are the one who is putting out the conversation. You're making his life easy. He's just responding to you. You're gonna talk to him for a couple days, whatever that means to you. 2, 3, 4 days straight, okay? Back to back. Keep it consistent, okay? Now on the 3rd or 4th day, whatever day you decide, you are going to cut conversation. Even if you start the conversation all 4 days and it's continuing all 4 days, on the 4th day, I want you to say, have a good day, and leave it. Disappear. You're not playing hot and cold. You're not playing any games. You are just letting go of the attachment that you have to the conversation and to this person. And you have to be very committed to this. Like, you have to be willing to just let it go. I want you to go and do your own thing, not sit in stillness and overthink. And I would say after 3 days, if this man has no interest in carrying a conversation with you, no thank you. If he can live 3 days without even thinking to have a conversation, that means he was just responding to you. It is way more one-sided. You are the one keeping things going, and he's just the one kind of she's giving me attention. And in those 3 days, observe his actions.
Why do we, because we all do this maybe once or twice, during the talking stage and stuff like that. Why do we lie? And we're not even exclusively dating. You're not my girlfriend, I'm not your boyfriend. Why are we lying to each other? Because if we gonna start dating exclusively, if you were lying during that stage, how can I trust you dating you exclusively? You gonna lie to me still during the exclusive stage. How we gonna do that? How we do that? So here's my thing, right? I'd rather you just keep it $150 with me during the talking stage. If I'm not the only person you talk to, let me know that. If I'm not the only person you dating, please let me know that. Or just simply say, it's none of my business. I would, if I get those 3 out of you, I can trust you exclusively. Because I know if we date exclusively and anybody asks about our business, I know that you ain't going to go tell my business. I know that if I ask you a question and I want the truth, I know that you're going to tell me the truth because you kept it $150 with me before we even exclusively started dating. So why lie? Come on now. Think about it. Why lie?